A lot of people have asked me what my favorite Five Nights at Freddy game is. So let's start off with the original Five Nights at Freddy's 1, 2, 3, 4, and Sister Location. Out of the original, I would say that Five Nights at Freddy's 4 would probably be my favorite, just because the gameplay feels a lot more snappier, and the atmosphere, to me, is probably the best. Now, for the games that are developed by Steelwool Studio, there's Help Wanted 1, 2, and Security Breach, as well as Ruin. It's a bit harder to rank these games because you're choosing between VR and free roam. And if I had to pick one, I'd probably go with VR. Mainly because I think VR really enhances the horror experience. My favorite kind of indie game in Help Wanted was probably the food service station. I worked in the food industry and it just takes me back. Now I'm going to list off all the fan games that I've played so far. Joy of Creation, Project Fazbear Reboot, FNAF Nightmare Attack, When the Lights Go Dim, FNAF 2 Reimagined on Roblox, Juniors, Blood and Gears, Tealerland, Glitched Attraction, Pizzeria Simulator, A Shadow Over Freddy's, Graveyard Shift at Freddy's, Day Shift 1 at Freddy's 1, Day Shift at Freddy's 2, Those Nights at Fredbear's New Destiny, and as of right now, Into the Pit. I'm almost certain that I missed one or two extra games, but these are the main ones that I remember. Out of all the ones that I've listed, I would say A Shadow Over Freddy's is probably the scariest game. As for gameplay wise, if you're talking about free roaming, it's unquestionably Those Nights at Freddy's. The FNAF 2 Reimagined on Roblox, as well as When the Lights Go Dim, are pretty much recreation of FNAF 2 and FNAF 4. And in my opinion, yes, those two games are better than the original. And if I had to pick one game that stands above all others, I personally think that The Joy of Creation is probably the best fan-made game. In fact, I would say that Joy of Creation is probably the best representation of what a Five Nights at Freddy's game should be. It's challenging, it's scary, great jump scares, great mechanics, and it's got a good story as well. Now, if you're new to FNAF, I would still say that you should play the original first and then work your way into the fan-made games, as I think that if you play the fan-made games and then go back to the original, you might be a bit disappointed because the gameplay more or less kind of downgrades. So overall, The Joy of Creation is my personal favorite Five Nights at Freddy's game. Now, a quick rant about VR. I think that if all the fan-made games can't incorporate VR into the gameplay, it would probably take the experience up another level. I'm not saying that we should put VR motion controls into these games. No, all I want is really just a change of FOV, the field of vision. I think it would make the whole experience way more scary and way more challenging and way more fun. So hopefully that's going to be the future. Anyways, that's all I have to say for today. Thanks for watching. See ya.